Greetings and salutations, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the DVD Shelf Foreign Flix, the show that would rather high-five a good movie than chop off the foot of a bad one. Now, every movie I feature is one that I enjoy. However, not all movies are created equal, which is why I'll be using this scale to rate them. Today's episode, I have a film that hails us all the way from Korea. No, not that Korea. South Korea, the one we do not have a conflict with. South Korea has been coming into its own with films in the past decade, churning out a large number of high-quality and enjoyable films, such as Oldboy, which was remade by Spike Lee in the US. However, I can only pick one per episode, so how about something a little less well-known than Oldboy? Though I will cover that in a review eventually. So today, let's go over the 2006 action crime drama, The City of Violence. The City of Violence is an interesting revenge flick that feels influenced by film noir and Quentin Tarantino, with some of the interesting angles, shots, cuts, characters, editing, and music choices. He's not what I would refer to as a Korean Tarantino. However, director, co-writer, and co-star Seung-wan was either influenced by or has similar taste to the earlier work of the renowned American writer and director, minus the constant F-bombs and pop culture references. Though this movie does reference the Warriors, with the baseball player-themed gang being a clear representation of the baseball Furies.
I'll shove that bat up your ass and turn you into a popsicle. Come on.
The story of this film follows 3 out of a group of 5 high school friends who are now grown up. Through an 80s style flashback with an odd music choice, we see that the 5 were troublemakers who love to fight, something that carries over for some of them in the present day. But now they are all grown up, and of the 5 friends, Tae-soo moved away and became a police detective, Pil-ho became a business owner and small-time crime lord, Seung-wan, well, despite him being a main protagonist, they didn't really go into his history much, except he did some money collecting for Pil-ho at one point, and his family is having a rough time financially thanks to his older brother and friend number 4, Dong-hwan, who became a loser, alcoholic, drug addict, teacher? Teacher. And then friend number 5, Wang-jae, went from gang leader to bar owner to dead. Oh, don't freak out about spoilers, this is the opening of the movie. And his death is what brings the remaining 4 friends together again. Police Detective Tae-soo and Seung-wan then embark on separate quests to shed light on Wang-jae's murder and find his killer. Their searches lead them to the same place, and they then join forces to find the reason behind the murder and bring the killer to their own version of justice. Along the way, they encounter themed gangs, question friendships, a lot of spin kicks, knife fighting, and some kind of beverage that has a snake in it and what looks like a Coca-Cola bottle? What the hell is that? Did he just bite a piece off of the snake after he took a drink? Ugh, that's different. Anyway, the plot is fairly easy to follow, but does feel a little uneven. It's not perfect and feels like they made it more complicated than they had to in order to give it some sort of a twist. And honestly, the twist is pretty easy to see coming anyway. Still, the plot works well enough and is entertaining enough, just not perfect. A decent part of the movie is the action, especially in the final act that has the 2 main protagonists crashing a party and taking on dozens upon dozens of henchmen in the courtyard. Then about a dozen dudes that apparently carry kitchen knives with them at all times. And then they take on 4 highly skilled martial artists. However, most of the fighting is not your traditional, highly intricate choreography that contains long exchanges and a ballet-esque flow to it. The fights have a more real feeling to them. They're not very pretty, there isn't a smooth flow, and sometimes it just looks like chaos. In fact, this style of action is referred to as Koreanized action, as created by Do Hong-jung, the action choreographer and actor who played main protagonist Tai-soo in the film. Do Hong has been in a handful of other foreign movies I have seen or want to see, but is mainly an action or stunt choreographer who has even worked on big Hollywood blockbusters such as Red 2 and G.I. Joe Retaliation. Hey, I didn't say they were all good Hollywood movies. The other main protagonist, Seung-wan, is also portrayed by an actor pulling double duty, or more like triple duty, as it's none other than the director and co-writer Seung-wan Ryu. Much like Do Hong, Seung-wan has been in other movies, but he's primarily known as behind-the-scenes guy, as he's more known as a director of Korean films. Nothing too well known, with City of Violence probably being his biggest in the US. So, this all begs the question, what would I rate this? Well, it certainly isn't perfect, and the twist isn't all that surprising. They try to overcomplicate the story at times, but it does all come together with a fantastic little action-packed finale. There are some odd moments, but I think it works more than it doesn't, and gives us an enjoyable film noir Tarantino martial arts type movie. So, I'd rate it a 3. Give it a rinse sometime, and you should at least enjoy the ride, and maybe you'll like it enough to buy it as I did. And if you choose to buy it, there is a 2-disc US DVD release, thanks to Dragon Dynasty, and it is packed with special features. And it's also pretty easy to find online. Well, that'll do it for this episode. For the DVD Shelf Foreign Flix, this is Ajax Luther, reminding you not to insult crime lords at the dinner table.